You can lean forward a little bit just so they can see you.
Everybody wave.
Hi, my name is Allison Hunter, and today I'm going to start off with a little story. I volunteer at St. Joseph's Hospital in College Station, and that's usually what I do during the school year. The first thing that they told me to do is make sure you sanitize your hands when you're entering and when you're leaving the patient's room. This seems like perfectly common sense, but you'd be surprised. There was a large family I saw about 2 days into work coming into one of the patient's rooms, a lot of little kids, and one of the kids decided to lick the door of the hospital room. So he was immediately taken away, and they had to sterilize all of that, and it was a big ordeal. Well, I understand why they are so careful about making sure it's sanitary in hospitals. There's so many dangerous illnesses, but still people outside of hospitals are about that germophobic, and that's what's becoming a huge issue globally. That's leading to what I'm here to talk about, which is antibiotic resistance. Antibiotic resistance is when you use antibiotics to kill bacteria, and they survive, and they multiply, and they get stronger, and you have to get stronger drugs, and it's an endless fight. Our causes that are leading to this is the overuse of antibiotics in the meat industry, people getting too much antibiotics, like patients, and germaphobes. So this is leading to the creation of superbugs, which are these extremely strong bacteria. The FDA and the CDC are working to decrease antibiotics in the food of the U.S., but we all need to be aware of this, or else this is going to become a huge issue. The CDC defines bacteria as single-celled organisms found all over the inside and outside of our bodies. It is useful, it's not always harmful, and it actually helps you produce vitamin K in your intestines, so, it's important. But the average Joe usually equates bacteria with germs with illness and tries to get rid of all germs as soon as possible. So we end up overusing antibacterial soaps, hand sanitizers, and antibiotics without realizing it. The World Health Organization defines antibiotics as medicines used to prevent and treat bacterial infections. The resistance occurs when one of them, at least just one bacterium, survives. And when it survives, it multiplies to replace all of them that were killed. And that makes it even harder to treat. The FDA states that when antibiotics don't work, the result can be longer illnesses, more doctor visits, and the use of more stronger and more expensive drugs. So why should we care? Why is that important to us specifically? Well, the World Health Organization has deemed antibiotic resistance to be the most urgent threat to public health today. It is extremely dangerous, and believe it or not, hand sanitizers are not the reason for that. The alcohol-based solvent, it usually doesn't end up killing as much bacteria as we think, and it's not causing this. Time magazine has done a study, and they state that antibiotics used in farming is the number one source of antibiotic resistance in America. So what are people doing to stop it? Obviously, this problem needs to be stopped if they're just continually working on it. TheGuardian.com suggests plant-based meat. Companies like Beyond Meat and Moving Mountains. It's a delicious and sustainable alternative, and it has absolutely no antibiotics. But for all us meat eaters out there, there's other things that we can do. Antibacterial soap doesn't actually do much more than regular soap, and it's not good for antibiotic resistance. So it'd be better to at least switch to regular soap. That's just a good idea. And also support antibiotic-free meat companies. They do exist, and they're really important to fighting this problem. What you can do personally when you go see your doctor is use less antibiotics. Not every illness needs to be treated by it. A lot of viral infections like the cold or the flu, it would be useless to have antibiotics, but a lot of people still demand them, thinking that that's their savior. And if you do need your antibiotics, don't skip doses, for sure, and don't hold on to it thinking you're going to use it later when you get the same illness. It's probably going to be expired by then. Make sure you get rid of these unused medicines as soon as you can in a healthy and also mark your calendars for World Antibiotic Awareness Week. It's November 13th through 19th. It's a global campaign to increase awareness of antibiotic resistance. So America tends to have this mindset of cleanliness is equal to godliness. But we really need to change that mindset. The tide of antibiotic resistance is coming, and we can't stop it, but we definitely can slow it down. And here's the ways that you're going to be able to do it. Be responsible with your antibiotics. Use antibacterial soap sparingly. Support antibiotic-free meat, and educate others about sanitizing less. And please don't lick the doors.
Right, I like that.